hard act to follow. Thank you everyone for being here. My name is Fern Malkin, and I'm co-lead of Morris County Moms Demand Action with Teresa. As many of you know and have heard, New Jersey is considered to be the second safest state in the country with regard to gun violence. But we know here in New Jersey that we're really only as safe as the states that surround us. And we know that without the federal government passing legislation, we're not all that safe. However, we could not be at this point in New Jersey without the help and steadfast leadership in gun violence prevention from our legislators in the 27th Legislative District. Assemblyman John McKeon and Assemblywoman Mila J.C. John and Mila have co-sponsored, and been a reliable gun violence prevention vote for common sense gun legislation in the state. They've stood up for extreme risk protection orders, background checks for all private gun sales, reducing the capacity of ammunition magazines, prohibiting possession of body armor penetrating ammunition, and more. We want to thank them for committing to keep proposing and voting for legislation that makes New Jersey citizens safe from gun violence. Please join me in thanking these legislators and inviting Assemblyman John McKeon up to the podium.
I am like emotionally drained. Is everybody else in the same spot? What an amazing experience to be here. You know, Mayor Tim, it starts with you. I can recall when you were literally speaking from, it made St. Patrick's Day look like a small party. When you were speaking to really tens of thousands of people here right in front of Town Hall as the march began, and your leadership is inspirational, and we all thank you for it. I'm always proud to be a lawyer, but I was that much more proud just to hear you speak and to know what a great leader you are and the leadership that you've taken as a part of our profession. And you're an amazing man, and all of the men and women with you equally get those plaudits. I think I'm going to get the last thing that's going to keep you guys from a warm bed, so I'm going to try to go a little quicker, but just a couple things to think about. America, our wonderful country, has just 4% of the population of this world. Yet we have almost 50% of all of the guns in this entire globe. That's just amazing. We have an actuarial problem. And when we talk about the Second Amendment, and I'm a believer in the Second Amendment to the extent of hunters and the rights to bear arms, but we're all historians and look back to what the founders thought. And when you cannot reasonably ever argue that you have the right to an assault weapon any more than you have a right to a tank or an F-15, that's just absurd. So at the end of the day, a couple thoughts. First, as all of you are channeling whatever personal position might drive you to be here and to make this extraordinary effort today, as well as those that have gone before you, I want to tell you, a couple of years ago, I had a meeting along with our majority leader, Greenwald, with some of the family members that had children that perished in that just awful day. And I'm sorry, my back is to you, but I want to talk to them. And I'll never forget, you know, how they thought, and they said, you know what? If the clip was just limited to 10, there would have been lives saved. My son's life would be saved. I'll shake when I think about that. And so, in graces come tragedies. That was what spurred the change in New Jersey law, that the clips are now limited to 10, and hopefully with the great congressmen and women that were here, we'll see that happen on a national level. So just know what you're doing is making a difference. It certainly has in our state. And I just say this to all of you. You know, the young people, and these moms are just amazing, but particularly the young people inspire me. I just thought it was amazing what happened as it related to the tragedy in Florida and how that brought out a lot of the high school students to act. And my favorite speech from history was given by Bobby Kennedy to a group of South Africans right around the time of apartheid. And he just didn't know what it would be that he could tell them, because regardless of how bright they were and motivated, there wasn't any change or difference they could make because of the color of their skin. And he said to them, just listen, you can feel sorry for yourself, but then gave examples of folks that were in their early 20s, like Martin Luther and Joan of Arc and Christopher Columbus, for that matter, that bent history. And that was the challenge to that generation, and they certainly did. We know apartheid is long a thing of the past. And so to me, the young people that are here, and all of us that are not, that are young at heart, that want to support them, I know that all collectively you're going to bend history. And we're going to have sensible gun control throughout this great nation sooner than later. Thank you for letting me participate.